You're about to listen to TADPOG. Tyler and Dave play old games. It's a comedy video game podcast. We would like to stress that the hosts are not experts and are really just very crass commentators. Seriously, this is an explicit podcast that happens to talk about video games sometimes. So please enjoy this pretty okay podcast with Tyler and Dave.
Hello, Internet. Hello. And welcome to a Troddlering episode, Troglodites, an episode with lemmings.
Lemmings,
quote unquote. Lemmings, Solomon's lemmings. So, before we get to that, I'm going to jump line real quick because I have a time-sensitive thing. So I mentioned last week, I think it was last week, about chicken nuggets. So I have chicken nuggets from 5 places in town, and I guess now she's almost Chicken Chica joining us again. Choco Chica here to help us out. Newly single Choco Chica.
Yes.
She loves that I brought that up.
Do tell. Spill the tea.
I mean, there's.
I know, I'm not trying to put you on the spot. It's your business.
Just wasn't working.
Okay.
Yeah,
You know.
That worked. That's fair.
it do be like that sometimes.
Was this a you? Was
Yes.
this a you that?
Yeah, I
felt
broke
like
up with him. Yeah.
Okay. all
Nice, got him.
Very unlikely for me to do. Just
Okay.
break up with someone, but I had
Yeah.
to.
Yep.
right. You made a decision. You made a choice. Well, good for
Yes.
you.
Thank you.
Like her mother, she has to get away from a narcissist. So, all right. So, if said nugget is bigger than one bite, I will cut it down to be a singular bite on the fork.
Okay. Are these? How many places did you get them from?
5
Did you say
places.
5? Okay.
And they are nuggets and advertised as nuggets. They are not strips or anything else.
Tenders or fingers?
Yep. These are certifiable nuggets.
Okay.
Nuggies.
After we're done, I need to see the certification papers.
Yeah, it's true.
To verify that this is in fact certified nuggets.
So yeah, I'll pull them out at random, write them down. Of course, you guys taste them blindfolded, and then we'll go in order, say up what you think they are, rate them, and then we'll compare at the end.
Okay.
Okay.
Blindfolds, please.
I'm gonna buy a blindfold.
I have one at home. It's a sleep mask.
Ooh, a sleep mask. Then it would serve 2 purposes.
Then I might fall asleep on the show.
All right. And there is your nugget.
I have my nugget secured.
Brought to you by Me Undies. Secure your nuggets.
Blue Chew.
I'm gonna take off my headset because I need maneuverability.
We'll allow it.
That was the sound of Tyler's headset hitting the table, in case you didn't notice.
Thank you.
All right,
I
everyone.
think I already know by the smell.
I'm kind of with you on that.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm impressed by both of you guys. I don't know what this is.
Yeah, the nuggets are more in her wheelhouse.
Okay.
All right, so please sample nugget number 1.
I know.
Chicken Chica has her answer locked in. And you got the first guess?
Me?
You go ahead, Chicken Chica.
I think it's Chick-fil-A.
I agree. I think it's Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
So again, you can modify one answer by the end. I think that's fair. So Ian and Chica Chica say Chick-fil-A. Dave, what say you?
Yeah, I mean, that sounds good. Chick-fil-A. Put me down for one Chick-fil-A.
Ian, what would you rate that on 1 to 10?
1 to 10. That was about a 9. I liked
9.
that chicken nugget.
Chicken Chica, you said the same? You were
Yes,
nodding.
I agree.
9. Dave, what about you?
It's good. 9.
9?
9's all around. 9's of the round.
Yeah.
Fresh forks, or should I have not?
I'll
put
get
that
you
on the
fresh
table?
forks. We're all about sanitation here at TADPOG. Fresh forks.
Oh, man, I love that.
It is nice. Very thoughtful.
Not all podcasts are about fresh fork sanitation.
No, they really aren't. You'd be surprised at how few care about fork sanitation.
The CDC podcast is surprisingly.
Lax.
Thank you. Yeah.
Please sample nugget number 2.
I think I know.
I think I have a guess. I think I know on this one too.
I do too, but I want you guys to answer first.
Wait.
Well, you went last time, and I copied yours, so that wasn't really fair. But so I'll go first this time.
Okay.
I think that's Wendy's.
I think it's
Yeah.
Wendy's as well.
Henry used to get Wendy's chicken nuggets all the time, and
Yeah.
that typically meant that I ate the leavings, and that's kind of what this tastes like.
I always get the $5 biggie bag.
Yeah.
That comes with 4 nuggies.
Yeah.
And I believe you're right, Dave. I also believe these are Wendy's.
I agree.
So what would everybody give these nuggets on a scale of 1 to 10?
That one was probably about a 7 for me.
Yeah, I'd probably go 6, mainly just because these nuggets kind of reminded me of like really good high school chicken nuggets. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like
I don't mean that in a really shitty way,
not
just
the
a little
best.
kind of shitty way.
I also agree with 7.
7?
Yeah.
All right.
Henry and I were just having a conversation today about what chicken is best from what place. He was asking me a whole bunch of questions.
should let him listen to the show and get get our
No,
opinions too.
no, but I did tell him that we did a blind, taste of chicken sandwiches. So he'll be probably pretty neutral about this that we're doing right now. But I'll tell him.
They are now skewered.
Thank you.
Got it.
All right. Everybody, please sample nugget number 3.
Wow.
I have a guess, but I don't know.
I've got a guess too, but yeah, I'm not very confident about it.
Is it just me, or was this one doesn't have very much flavor?
It's kind of dry.
A little bit dry.
I think it might be the breading, because the breading on this actually kind of like, I don't know, felt like,
Fake.
yeah, like, I mean, it felt like fake, like synthetic crumbs.
Yeah.
Okay, I think it's your turn to go first.
Is it McDonald's, I wonder? I don't know. That's a tough one for me.
I don't know that it was McDonald's.
Because I think McDonald's is going to have a much more distinct
Yeah.
taste if it's in this blind test.
That coating, the McDonald's chicken McNugget's got like a Hormel pie kind of like coating to it.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
I
Where it's
do.
got a real like, I don't know, there's a bite to like, not a bite, but
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
it doesn't come apart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It like stays as one unit the
Yeah.
entire time you eat it. To me, my guess on that one would be like, I mean, Burger King. I mean, that's
That's
like
what-
I was
Yeah,
kind of going.
I was
to
also thinking
leaning
Burger
that
King.
way after I talked myself out of McDonald's. I'd lock in Burger King on that.
I mean, I'm not super confident about that, but
I'm not either, because
Yeah.
usually the only kind of like chicken like bite thing that I ever get from Burger King is chicken fries, and those were not chicken fries.
no, I like their chicken fries though.
Chicken fries are great.
They're real peppery, and it's easy to tell when it's that. Also, the French fry shape, but
Right? Yeah.
that might be I'm not just copying you. I swear. Burger King is where I'm landing.
I literally copied you guys on Chick-fil-A, which is ridiculous because I eat Chick-fil-A nuggets all the time. I should know what those taste like. I had them today for lunch.
So everybody like Burger King, or anybody bucking the trend?
Yeah, I think Burger
I
King.
think Burger King.
We're probably gonna get caught on that Dairy Queen Burger King thing again.
Does Dairy Queen have chicken nuggets?
Uh,
I think they only do strips.
Okay.
Yeah.
with the little basket
Yeah.
with
The
the
gravy.
toast and the
Toast and the white
the
gravy.
gravy.
All right, Ian, what would you rate your Burger King 1 through 10?
I would say that one wasn't as good as the previous two. I would give that one a 5. With dipping sauce, that might bump it up a couple of notches, but a 5 for me.
Dave?
Yeah, I mean that's my zone as well. 5. I mean, it was fine. It was okay. I mean, it wasn't super gross or anything,
No,
but
not at all.
Chicken Chica?
Also 5.
While there was debate, I've already skewered your next set.
okay.
Nice.
Dovetailing, love it. Thank you.
I think I know this one. I haven't even tasted it.
Really, from the smell?
Yep.
All right, please sample number 4.
Oh yeah, I know what this one is too.
I got the foot.
Oh, yeah.
There's your McDonald's.
Yes,
Yeah,
that
this
is
is
McDonald's.
There's your McDonald's for sure.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Not a doubt. Even the finish kind
The
of
aftertaste.
Yeah.
Another way it kind of dries your mouth
Yep.
out a little bit while you're swallowing it.
Yep.
What do you rate your McDonald's chicken nugget?
They're weird little creatures, man, but
like
that's a 7.
I like them. Yeah, I'm with you. I'd
Yeah,
give it.
I do like McDonald's chicken nuggets, so like an 8.
I'm gonna
Actually, 7.5.
7.5. Okay.
8 with ranch.
I like. Yeah, that's where I'm at too. If it had this one for sure, if it had one of those delicious McDonald's dipping sauces,
Their
I would
sauces
say
are
would
great.
be way better. And I've always felt like these chicken nuggets were just a vehicle to get the sauce in your mouth without just drinking it out of a little cup, right?
Yep.
So, I'm gonna give that a 6.
It's one of those things, man, where I feel like it's not technically very good, but I've eaten so many of them over the course of my life that it's comforting to have one. You
Listen,
know what I mean?
I get it. I was around when chicken nuggets came out.
Man, I remember
you
the
know?
commercials in the
And
80s.
The little animated puppet chicken nuggets.
Yep.
Yeah.
In the carton or whatever.
Yeah.
When did they come out? I didn't realize that there was that they were kind of recent.
They were in the 80s.
Okay.
I'll look again because I also thought that about ranch dressing, and I was really wrong about that.
No, I mean you were pretty close, honestly, because like it was within, close to our lifetimes, and that was wild. That blew my mind.
But I do remember chicken nuggets coming out, like when they were introduced.
Do you remember the styrofoam
Yes,
cartons?
the styrofoam cartons.
Yeah.
You used to get those breakfasts in a
Yep.
similar carton.
Yes, sir.
They
You
had
sure did.
Much like everything else they do, they had a very special type of styrofoam that
Yep.
they used for their to go.
Yep. I'm man, I love the environment, but I do miss those styrofoam containers.
I get it. I do too. The pancakes and the eggs and the sausage in a little styrofoam
The stuff
container.
now, the stuff they give you at the pancake is like the little like fucking Kroger cake tin or whatever. You know what I'm talking about? The little plastic with the
Yes.
dome on it. Sucks.
Yeah, it does.
It always opens up, and I don't know. You get pancakes in the car.
That is a.
Thank you.
Wait.
Uh-oh.
Chicken Chica is at odds with one of her previous decisions.
Uh-oh.
Please sample the final nugget.
Uh-oh.
This is Chick-fil-A.
I gotta change
This
my
is
answer.
Chick-fil-A.
This is Chick-fil-A.
Yep. This is Chick-fil-A. So number 1, I'm going to edit my number 1. This is number 5
Can I-
is Chick-fil-A.
Can I try number 1 again? Do we have any extra number 1s?
We do.
Is that against the rules?
I don't think so.
Okay.
How many do you have?
We never
This
said
is
it.
Chick-fil-A 1,000%.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
That's why I was mad.
That makes me feel a little better.
I'm going to re-skewer your forks as though I do not have enough.
Thank you. Man, that's a good nugget.
Oh, re-skewer shit. Okay. That's a damn good nugget. Damn fine nugget.
Now, this is number 1 revisited, correct, Tyler?
Yes, 1 revisited.
Thank you.
What?
Please resample number 1.
Okay, I taste the difference.
I don't know this nugget, so I'm just going to have a wild guess at Zaxby's.
Yeah, I got a wild guess Popeyes. But Popeyes, I would think, would be spicier. Popeyes.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, but do they have nuggets?
I don't know. I have no idea.
They have popcorn chicken at Popeyes, don't they?
I know they used to. I don't know what they have now.
I'm going Zaxby's for this one,
That's a good guess.
but I don't know.
Do they have nuggets?
Well, I would assume they do. I mean, it's chicken place.
I'm sticking with Popeyes.
You know
I
what?
also think it's Popeyes.
You know what? The more I kind of chew on it a little bit, I'm changing it. I'm not locking in Zaxby's. I'm going with Popeyes.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't be mad at me if it's wrong.
No,
it's
it's
probably
fine.
wrong. I'm usually
It's
very,
fine.
very
This
wrong
one,
at these
This
things.
one's the only one I'm not fairly certain about.
Right. Yeah, yeah. It's good. It's really good.
It's really close to Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, I know,
obviously.
right?
Yeah. By the way, the Chick-fil-A for me is 10.
That's a 10.
Yeah,
Man,
100%.
the Chick-fil-A one, it tastes similar to this one.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's got those crispy bits. You know what I'm talking about?
That's where I was missing out on the first time we had it. I'm like, well, maybe
Right.
it's because it got a little soggy
Right.
and cold.
And sometimes that happens at Chick-fil-A. And it's like, well, those weren't the best nuggets, but I mean, they were still pretty good.
They were clearly, obviously, Chick-fil-A. No, they weren't.
Okay.
All right, I'm done. That's my...
All right. I'm taking
All
my
right,
blindfold off.
please unblindfold.
Taking my blindfold off and logging my 6 nuggets.
We have a 3-way tie with 2 correct answers.
Damn, I didn't think
wow.
about them. I didn't think about
Who?
that.
Oh, KFC.
KFC.
Was KFC one?
Was that number 1?
Yes.
The first one was, in fact, KFC.
Okay.
I wasn't even thinking
Dang.
about that.
Now that makes sense. I've still got that one in my, the flavor in my mouth, and it does. It makes perfect sense that it's KFC. Now that you said that.
Yeah, the first nugget, KFC. Second nugget, Burger King.
Oh.
Third nugget, Wendy's. Fourth nugget, McDonald's. Fifth nugget, Chick-fil-A.
So did we swap?
We
the
swapped
Burger King and Wendy's?
Burger King and Wendy's.
So your favorite
Damn.
chicken nugget by a mile, Chick-fil-A.
Yes.
Surprising worst, Wendy's.
Yeah, I thought
I thought
tasting a
Wendy's was. I thought
nug.
it was for sure Wendy's.
They're real close.
Yeah.
Real similar. But remember I was saying that one was kind of bland tasting.
Yeah.
And that's not usually the case with the Wendy's chicken nugget. I don't know. Okay.
There you go. I'm chewing that one now.
How was your buying experience with these?
Not quite as cheap as the burgers, but a lot less expensive than chicken sandwiches.
Yeah.
These all range between $2 and $3 a pop for the basic.
Like a 4-piece or whatever.
I got 6-piece, just in case. So, cheapest was Burger King. Most expensive was Chick-fil-A.
That tracks.
Yeah.
All the drive-thrus, super fast. Super fast. I didn't wait more than like 2 minutes for any of it. Even when I got the KFC on Southside, they had it ready for me at the window, which never happens. They ask you to always pull around to the other side of the building and wait. The first time they actually handed it to me out the window.
Nice.
That's good to know about those KFC nuggets because there's one close to work, way closer than Chick-fil-A, and that was like close enough in range to Chick-fil-A flavor that it's like, yeah, okay, maybe I'll save myself 10 minutes of driving.
Yeah.
Because I think the Wendy's ones were like $2.75 maybe. Like definitely the cheapest. And
They used to be on the
I think
99
this was like
cent.
this was like an 8-pack, yeah, for that cheap.
I assume nobody got them wrong since they're just nuggets and they didn't have to dress them.
Yeah, that's true. There's not a lot of room for error like with everything else.
Just counting is pretty much all you have to do.
So, Choco Chica, what would you like for dinner? All the rest of the nuggets?
I love how you're pouring them all in the container. I like that.
nuggets.
A nugget grab bag.
You want to put them all in a red plastic cup? I wouldn't do that one, but
No, not that one. That's John's whiskey. Or mine. It might be mine. I don't think it's mine, but it might be.
barrel-aged chicken nuggets.
Small
Well,
bag.
thank you very much for doing our nugget tasting.
Thank
Well,
you
thank
for
you for
joining us.
having
Yeah.
If anybody age appropriate would like to ask her out, just send me an email. She's very fast. If you guys are into like
I can confirm.
girls who have good foot speed, she's tops.
She's loving this a lot. I can tell. All right, her mic's off.
There you go.
Thanks, Tyler.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
No worries. Like I said, this is in lieu of Christmas gifts. I'm buying everybody chicken nuggets, chicken
It's a good gift.
sandwiches.
It's great.
Good gift. Yeah.
You did. You got us the shirts. You got us the Dark Tower shirt.
Yeah,
Oh
you
yeah,
did.
yeah. Those are Dark Tower gifts. That's once in a lifetime you get a Dark Tower gift.
I still wear mine.
I drive a Takuro Spirit, baby.
Hell yeah. I drink Nozla.
Oh, what have you guys been up to?
Oh, not a lot. In lieu of going down the list of anything I may or may not have watched, kind of going forward, I'm going to try to just maybe put that stuff up on the Film and TV channel on our Discord. Saves a little time, and I tend to get into. It gets boring to me after a while because I don't watch stuff. All I watch is like shows that I'm still on show A, and
Yeah.
I watched at movie B,
Right, sure.
things like that. So nothing really notable there to speak of this week. Again, just a reminder to anybody that might be interested, although I doubt that's going to be a thing. I will be at the Arcade Expo in Louisville on March 14th with John throughout that weekend. If anybody's going to be up there and wants to hang, just give us a shout on the Discord, bit.ly/TADPOG Discord, and we'll get together. We'll go play some pinball or something with me. And,
Hell yeah.
Hell
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
Hell yeah. And the only other thing I was going to bring up is about Overwatch, even though I know probably the majority of our listeners don't play Overwatch. I got invited to play in the beta of the Stadium mode that they're releasing in Season 16.
Cool. I remember you mentioning
Yeah.
Stadium mode.
And so I'm under a really strict NDA, so I can't get into any detail, and I can't like show pictures or stream it or whatever.
Sure.
For obvious reasons. But it's fun. The games go really long because there's like 5 rounds, and then between each round, during the round when you first start the game, you're assigned a certain number of coins, and you use those coins to buy like abilities.
Right.
In the armory. And so some of the abilities, again, I can't get into too much detail, but there's like health buffs or weapon power-ups or basic stuff. And then there's a lot of abilities that are specific to the hero in question.
And you keep them, right?
You keep them throughout the rest of the game. And so there's 5 rounds, and at the beginning of the game, you pick your base stats, and then as you play, you earn coins for doing damage or healing or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And then before the next round, you go back into the armory, and then a whole set of another level of perks is unlocked.
And you can purchase those.
Purchase those, and you can also refund ones that you don't want because it only gives you like 6 slots for the perks, and then like 5 power-up slots that have different like specific power-ups to that character.
Okay.
That those can't be refunded. Once they're picked, they stay.
That's a pretty neat idea.
Yeah, and then you get that. Then you can sort of mix and match what you want, so you can make yourself heavy defense, like take a lot less damage, or like a shield might absorb damage and return health back to you.
Okay.
Or there are really a lot of big creative perks there.
Cool. Are there? I know you're not like. I don't know how much you can talk about, but like, are there trees? Like, or is it kind of a la carte?
They are sort of. It is sort of structured like trees, but not so much as you're locked into any one path.
Okay.
So they're all kind of like lined up in the
Like-
offense, defense, specials kind of thing.
In order to get the really good offense one, do you have to invest
no,
in?
you do not.
Okay.
No, it's not. In that sense, it's not a tree.
Okay.
It's more, the tree thing is more of an organizational thing as opposed
Gotcha.
to you got to have this to get this.
Like
you
a
can
path.
you can have if you have enough coins, you can get whichever ones you want.
Okay, cool.
Out of the 6 of the ones you want out of the whole list.
That sounds neat.
It is, and then between each match, between each round, each round is like a mini version of a normal mode in the game. So like there will be an escort map, but
You don't have your
the
perks and stuff in that?
no, you do.
Oh, okay.
You do. That's so like round 1 might be an escort map, but it's a really short version of an escort map. So
Okay.
it doesn't go 30 to 45 minutes, and the timers are a lot shorter too. So that particular round goes faster.
Okay.
Because there's 5 rounds.
Oh, right.
And between each round, you go back to the armory, you add, remove perks, get customized, whatever. And then the next round might be a control map where instead of doing 2 out of 3, you got to get control of 1 point, 1 time, and then you win or lose, depending. And it just has like little miniature versions of these. But even in that case, the game's, because of the time that they give you like 90 seconds between each round to pick your perks and stack everything. So you have to like rush through it, especially now since no one really knows everything about all the perks yet because it's still in beta, obviously. But the games I was playing, they would go 45 minutes, and it was satisfying but exhausting. And right now, the idea is going to be in Overwatch that you get to toggle between first or third person.
Right. I remember you mentioning them adding third person.
Yeah. Right now, the beta is just locked in third person.
Really? Interesting.
But I think, and it was very strange playing
I
like
bet.
Diva in third
Sure.
person, because when it was good though because I had more of a view of the field.
Yeah.
So if I needed to fly up to a thing, I could like see where I wanted to go to get away from to retreat easier than just having to know where I am and fly up and maybe miss because I had to make a little turn or whatever instead
That
of
you
just
didn't
pointing
see.
right at
Right.
it and get up there.
Yeah.
But it was very interesting to play. That they're still working on a lot of the mechanics and stuff. It's obviously it's very polished for as far along as it is in the beta.
Cool.
In development, and they've already said that the next test, which is tomorrow night, they've made some changes, some fixes and stuff like that. So I'm going to probably play that a little bit tomorrow night and see how that goes. But yeah, I've really enjoyed it. I've had a good time playing it, and it was really neat to get that notification, hey, you've been accepted, because basically they had a Discord channel, and you go and you sign up for the Discord and fill out a little form and sign the NDA. And all they said was, if you're in here and you see more than just this announcement thread in the Discord, if you see more forums or whatever, you're in. And then I came in and saw that I was in.
Cool.
And so I downloaded the client to my PC and had a good time with that.
Cool.
So yeah, I'm excited to see that come out. It's a completely different version of this game.
It sounds like
That's like gonna, I think, broaden its appeal. I really think it's gonna broaden.
It sounds interesting to me. I mean, the combination of those two things, third person and, a different kind of game mode. That sounds like, okay, sure, I might check that out.
And right now the hero roster is just like 16 heroes. I cannot say who all is in there.
Sure.
But I can say that it's the ones you might expect, plus a few of the newer ones. But it's a small roster, and I think it doesn't hurt. If you've ever played Overwatch, then you can adjust to this really easily. Like, even if you only played a little or weren't good at it,
Sure.
the concept of the game is still the same. The way that the team fights work and all that kind of stuff, all that's still the same. But now you've got the perks added, and the third person, and all the different stuff that's really making it seem like Overwatch 3.
Cool.
Honestly, it seems like this could be a standalone version of this game.
Cool.
But they're going to just integrate it into the current client, and it's going to be a mode that you play whenever you feel like it. It is competitive, so I don't know if they're going to have like a quick play version of Stadium where you get in and you don't really suffer consequences one way or the other.
Yeah.
But even if they don't, I don't care. It's fine.
Yeah.
I've gotten to the point where I'm playing competitive almost. When I'm by myself, I just play competitive now, because I'm tired. You can ask our friends Kaiser Ark and Captain Gun Nerd. The quick play in Overwatch is just packed full of a lot of people who shouldn't be playing in quick play.
They're too good,
They're too good, and they know it, and they're coming in on Smurf accounts or something and dominating and just making everybody have a bad time.
Sure.
I'd say out of every 3 matches, 1 is a good match, which I suppose is a fair ratio for a free-to-play, quick-play version of this game. But, you know, there's a lot of matchmaking and ranking that's not done right, in my opinion, anyway, and I think they're taking advantage of it. So now if I get into comp, the matches tend to be a little bit more at my level, whatever I placed at after doing my placement matches.
Yeah.
I get good matches more often than not in there.
That makes sense.
And I could care less what your rank is anymore. I used to think it mattered, but now I don't. I just want good games.
Yeah.
So the only drawback to competitive in Overwatch is those games do tend to go longer because A, the quality of play is better, and B, like in the escort ones, you have to play both offense and defense at least once. And if you both get to the same spot in offense and defense,
you play a third.
You have to play a third and possibly a fourth. Well, you have to play a third and a fourth to see who gets farther. And after all of that, it can still end in a draw, and nobody gets anything. And that really drives me crazy. It's so that's the only sort of drawback to competitive for me. But I'd rather just take the chance and take the hit. And then they've still got mystery heroes, which is always fun. So it keeps me busy. But this new mode is called Stadium, and anybody that wants to check it out, I think you can go to the Overwatch Discord or go to their homepage, and it'll have something, and you might be able to get into the beta.
Do they have a date yet? Like
they've only said
official release.
They've only said so. We're in season 15 now, and season 16 is when this is scheduled to release.
Oh, okay. So I mean,
so it's right around the corner. I think it's. I don't know if they're going to release it like at the beginning of season 16 or if it's going to be a mid-season update to kind of buy themselves some more time. But that's April. I mean, it's like mid-April is when season 16 starts. So, you know, it's gonna be crazy.
I can't tell you. Just talking about months, I can't tell you how much I hate that it's March already.
I know, it's nuts.
It's stupid.
February is just gone.
Stupid. It feels like Christmas was last week.
Yeah, time is
stupid.
Slipping into the future,
very much. Were either Captain Gun Nerd or Kaiser Ark, were they able to get in as well? Have you been able to play with them in the beta?
I have not. And I don't even know, honestly, that we would be able to team up. I don't think it's set up that way.
Gotcha.
But Kaiser Ark only gets to play on weekends, and then John's schedule is, weird. He can't always play. And so but I do know if anyone is interested, you should go to the Discord or go to their page. I can't remember. It's not their Prime Discord, but there's a link, I think, on the Play Overwatch page. Or you can find it just by Googling it, just to get into the Discord and submit. All it asks for is your battle tag and your email address, and then you click the little link to sign the NDA, and then they will just let you know if you get in.
Cool.
So anyway, yeah, that's all I got for today. Dave, what have you been up to?
I picked up a little indie gem from a little-known publisher called Capcom, Monster Hunter Wilds.
I've heard they've been on the scene for just a little bit.
Yeah, new up-and-comers. Yeah. Wow, what a really good-looking game. Yeah, although a lot of the I bought it on PC because I want to, I don't know, in 10 years, if I get like a wild hair up my ass to play it, I want to be able to just play it on whatever computer I own, as opposed to being like, where did I put that PlayStation 5?
Yeah.
Does it still work? It makes a weird noise when I turn it on. I don't know that I feel comfortable playing it.
Yeah.
Although, like, there's some really, I think it looks great. I don't have like a monster PC or anything. It's fine. It's, I mean,
same with me. It works well.
Yeah. But I've seen some Steam reviews with like people with screenshots. It is not optimized for PC well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's really not. And I've seen some screenshots in like on Steam. You should go look at some of the Steam reviews. Some of the screen captures are hilarious. Like the quality of like the textures, it's jarring. It looks really, really, really bad. But I will say that, hey, if it looks good, it looks really good. I was really impressed by, like, I didn't expect it to look nice. I thought it was look nice, you know, but I was really, really surprised. But it's like, holy shit, this looks really good. And that has nothing to do with, has less to do with my PC, and I feel like more to do with, you know, the game that they developed. Although I do wish, man, Tyler, you'd been talking about Baldur's Gate 3 a lot. I wish that more games did, and I know it's super time intensive and very expensive, but I wish more games did just character rigging and animation like Baldur's Gate 3 does. Yeah. Because when you have a conversation with an NPC in Baldur's Gate 3, honestly, man, it feels like the most realistic in a video game, like the most realistic conversations. It's not this like, oh, where they're just
they're lot of awkward or they joke around,
right.
or
there's nothing like that in Baldur's Gate 3. And Baldur's Gate 3,
Shadowheart giving you finger guns at one point,
right? Right. I mean, that's one of my favorite things about that game, Baldur's Gate 3, is how good the dialogue and interaction with the characters is.
Did you lick that spider?
Monster Hunter Wilds doesn't quite get it that good. One of my complaints would be it feels very much like all the other video games, as far as like where you're talking to NPCs and shit, and they're like, you know, doing like NPC robot movements and shit, you know. I mean, I don't know how else to put it. I mean, but the hunts are fun. It seems to be considerably easier than World, which I bounced off of when it came out, I think like fucking 10 years ago.
Remember that? People compared that to like Dark Souls.
Some of these fucking screenshots
I know. They're
as bad as you said.
No, they're horrible. They're like like up-res PlayStation 1.
They really do look like that. And one of the guys posted one like that, and someone said how it feels when you're wearing socks and you step in something wet.
Yeah. So
that's rough.
It's getting mixed reviews.
Some of them are great.
Steam.
Well, it's like Dragon Ball Super, all the stuff pre-World of the Universe tournament arc. People have so many screenshots of how shitty the animation was.
Oh,
like,
really?
Super shitty. There's a Super Saiyan 3 that looks like some shit a 12-year-old like in DeviantArt. Like the transition frames between power-ups are like,
it looks like Sonic in a frame.
Yeah, it's real bad. At some point, I was like, that makes me sad because I love Super. I think Super is phenomenal, but it is kind of touch and go up until what I think is the best. I think the Universal Tournament of Power is better than anything in Z.
Really?
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah,
and that's when the animation quality improves.
That's when
that's good.
Yeah, shoots through the roof.
That's
And they're like, all right, we're about toward the end. Who knows when we'll go back?
We've been saving our budget.
Yep. Yeah.
For this,
all those budget cuts we made by having that 12-year-old do our transition animations, we're blowing it now.
It's for this. Well, cool.
I like the one with the big blonde hair.
Yeah, Gemma. She's the blacksmith. She is
Super Saiyan Goku. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, she's great.
Yeah, she's real great.
She's great.
Some really good shots in here. That's good stuff.
Yeah, it's fun. There's a whole bunch of different weapons you can choose, like in any Monster Hunter. I'm going with the hammer. Seems to be pretty fun. You can stun a monster, and if you hit them on the head enough times, and that's always fun. So yeah, it's crazy, man. I don't know how. I haven't been like using any guides or like watching any YouTube videos. Sometimes I like to do that, and sometimes it just really fucking spoils the experience for me, and not in like a spoiling a story kind of thing way, but like in a. Sometimes I just want to discover shit on my own, you know, and it's like mechanically. And I'll probably reach a point where I'll either stop playing this game or I'll get to a point where I'm like, yeah, okay, let me look up some guides or something. Because I don't know what people are doing, man. I've played this game for like 15 hours, I think, and I'm Hunter rank 4. And it's like I get on servers and it's like there's Hunter rank 40. And this game came out Friday.
They're not doing. They're not doing anything else.
Well, and it's like I've got a friend. We play some online tabletop together, and I've been kind of like, I wouldn't say spying, but every now and then I'll check and I'll be like, I wonder what level 100 rank Chris is, and it's like, holy shit, he's gaining like a rank per hour.
Damn.
And it's wild. I don't know how he's doing it. I kind of want to ask, but also it's like, I don't know. What I've been doing is just fucking plodding along, going slow.
Mm-hmm. Hey,
Do you customize your own character?
Yeah, you do. I made Kunio-kun. In the beta, I'd made Sid from Final Fantasy VII. I made Sid Highwind. The customizers.
You went spear with that, I guess.
Yeah, well, I tried all the different weapons in the beta, except for the hammer. The hammer is I didn't try the hammer or the insect glaive. So that's why I went with the hammer this time, because I was like, oh yeah, I didn't try the hammer. Let's try that. And I like it. I like it a lot. The range on it sucks ass. I don't like the range, and also like I find it's really hard.
It's not like a Lucerne hammer. It's like a war hammer.
Yeah,
so
it's like a two-handed war hammer. Yeah, Lucerne hammer would be awesome. I don't know if this is true or not, but it feels like it's harder to like cut pieces of a monster off as you're fighting it because it's not bladed.
Sense. Yeah.
So that's kind of a bummer. But
does it do better on like armored enemies, like if they have chitin or?
Man, again, I don't know for sure, but it feels like it.
I would imagine it would have to.
And I don't know if that's just because, like, whenever I fight like there are a couple big spider bosses that I've fought, and those have felt really good because it's felt like, oh yeah, I'm fucking this thing up. Mm. And I don't know. That might just be like a mental
Your
thing.
Final Fantasy brain being like, oh,
yeah, or like D&D with damage reduction and shit, where it's like I'm overcoming this motherfucker's damage reduction. But it is fun. Like there's a move that you can do. You know, every weapon has a whole bunch of different moves you can do, and there's a pretty intricate combo system that is kind of hard for me to remember because it branches, right? You start off with one attack, and then that can branch off to like a second attack, and then it branches off again. So there's so many different like combos that you can do. But one of them is like you can spin around. You can just grab the hammer and kind of like do like a whirlwind. Yeah. And it's really fun to get under a spider and do that because it's just like leg. So yeah, that's it. Monster Hunter Wilds. I've been playing Final Fantasy 14, but that's pretty normal. Viper's almost at level 100. I know I talked about that before, and you asked a question, Tyler, you asked me what that was like, and I don't feel like I actually really gave you a good answer. That's like a dual wielding sword character, the Viper. And then they have a move where they can kind of like
more rogue, less two weapon fighter.
It's honestly, I was thinking about this today. It's truly, in my opinion, because I finished the story quest for the job today. It feels more like a two weapon fighting ranger than anything. Okay. So kind of roguey in that it's fast, but it's also more like the lore and the story of that job is very much we fucking hunt monsters. Yeah. It's like we're wilderness folk that take care of like big monsters. That's kind of the thing. So yeah.
Dritzterdens.
Yeah. Yeah. The Drizzt. Yeah. So that's fun. It's it might change to like my go-to melee job once I get it to 100. We'll see. What happens when I get any job to 100 is now I have to memorize this long opening rotation, and that is where I fucking want to jump off a cliff.
All your in-game sort of shit that you have to know how to do.
Yeah, and it's like I know what all these abilities do, but it's like you need to do them in like a very specific order, and it's kind of like that is not.
That's why when I joined that in-game NM hunting guild in Final Fantasy 11, like I did it for a few weeks.
I didn't know that you had done that.
Yeah, because it was just like, dude, this isn't fun. This is a fun setting, waiting for 2 hours, trying to pop Tiamat and grab her real quick and then fight her. I got to stand on her feet, and then them calling out like
a weapon skill order.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
And magic burst orders, and it was, and like I just like I wanted to fish, but as soon as I log on, it's like, all right, you got to be here and here and here. It's like I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Did it for a few weeks.
Hey, man,
I
you
got a
tried
few
it.
cool items,
Yeah,
got
dude.
out, and then shortly after that, after I quit, they all got banned because they were hacking to make sure they got the spawns whenever they started. So I bowed out.
Wow,
just in
at the
fucking
right
time because I
time.
wondered because like, man, most of the time we always get everything. Well, yeah, they were cheating.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, that's kind of like my story with like in-game rating in Final Fantasy 14, where it's like not the cheating part, but like the part where it's like I work really hard to get to the point where I can try it, and then I try it for a few weeks, and I'm like, man, this might be something I'm into maybe next expansion, but like right now, I'm not ready for this.
Yeah.
Not ready. So I don't know. It's more fun for me to just level everything to 100.
Yep. Yep. That's what fishing, cooking, and leveling different jobs. That's what I enjoyed.
It's super casual, but I mean, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, hey, casual, whatever's fun, whatever gets that dopamine and relaxes you, fuck
Yeah.
everything else.
That's kind of it. That's kind of all that I've been doing.
Cool.
How about you, Tyler?
I beat my first playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3.
Nice.
So I got the good ending for just about everybody. As Pudge Higginbottom, my College of Lore bard, straight 12 levels of bard, which I didn't even think about it being College of Lore, but that gave me haste, fireball, and counterspell.
Nice.
So I had the best of being able to have all the social skills to do everything I wanted, and like all the good abilities of a wizard. Like, great playthrough, loved it. I got the good ending, and then I got the bad, the turn on your friends at the last minute ending. Just reset, did that.
Just to see what it was.
Yeah, and get that achievement. So now I restarted as the Dark Urge playthrough.
So you have decided to do a Dark Age playthrough.
Yeah, and now with the intention of making all the opposite decisions I made before.
Yeah.
And then also justified it being, it's a Dark Urge. That's what you're supposed to do.
Right.
Or you can fight it. That's also, I think, Larian has come out and said the canonical ending is the Dark Urge playthrough that fights the urges. So
And Dark Urge is essentially you're Dexter, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Like at one
Dark
point,
Passenger.
like
Passenger,
Right.
somebody comes into my camp at one point. They're like, "Hey, I've heard about you. You're doing a lot of good things. I really would love to join your camp." And you agree to it. And the next morning, you wake up and she's fucking super fucking murdered, spread all over the camp in a big circle ritual thing. And then you have to make your say either you're proud of it or you want to hide it. You got to make your dex checks.
See,
and
there's
shit
no
to
question that
drag
you
the
did
body
it.
away and.
Like
Say
there's
what?
no question that you did it.
Oh yeah. Well, you don't remember it, so I guess theoretically not. But like
That makes me
everyone
want to
else
go
is
through
asleep,
and do that as a
and then
druid.
you're covered
or
in the
something.
blood. Yeah.
Or it's like, I don't know, man. I wild shape and I black out.
So yeah, I hid the body, and then, of course, at one point, what I really didn't expect is like a little demon goblin pops up, like. It's like, oh, my Dark Lord, finally you're back. You've resurrected. It's like, who the fuck are you?
Shit, you're making me want to play Baldur's Gate 3 again.
Yeah.
This Dark Urge
The
shit
Dark
sounds
Urge
cool.
it's yeah.
Especially
So far,
with
I
you
like it a
saying
lot.
that the canon ending is the Dark Urge. That
And you have a lot of different dialogue options because you're constantly, and whenever, like the squirrel who
Yeah.
runs up and you talk to the squirrel
Right.
as a Dark Urge, you immediately punt it. You have no option. You punt it, and then your character freaks out like, why did I do that? And Gail's like, why did you kick that squirrel? And you have to answer, I don't know. Sometimes, so as whenever you're talking to people about the tadpole problem, you also
Yeah.
say, I have these really dark urges. I can't control what's wrong with me, and no one knows.
man, I just blame it on that tadpole. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can basically say it's probably my tadpole.
Yeah, probably
but
tadpole.
Are you guys experiencing that? No.
Trust me, I wasn't like this before.
I think something really messed with my brain. So, and of course, it's going, now that I know what to do, it's going so much faster.
Right.
Like I rolled in and I knew, like, as soon as I got Shadowheart, I changed it so she had command. And in the Nautilus, when the Mind Flayer and the Demon Lord are fighting,
Right.
command the Demon Lord to drop his sword, run up, grab that shit, and run away. So I've got, supposedly this sword can last you till like the beginning of like chapter 3,
Wow.
act 3. So it's like that good. A bunch of shit like that. But now that I know about it, now it's fun, and like I'm turning Kaguya at the beginning, that the shitty asshole druid. Like,
Yeah.
now now I know you can go through, find her stuff, and out her as a shadow druid, confront her, and then you fight her and the shadow druids that are in hiding all over the grove.
Cool.
And then now I'm turning against the grove with the goblins, and because last time I killed Minthara, now I'm gonna side with them and recruit her. And,
Sure.
Yep.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
What have you done any multiplayer at all?
No, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, it's well, it is a thing. The reason I thought of it is because I have limited experience with it, but it was a lot of fun. You brought up the Druid Grove. Me and a couple cousins were playing, and it was fun to just do like, let's just see if we can take all these druids. You know,
Yeah.
I'll just see how many druids we can kill before we die, and that's just kind of like, just kind of what we did in the game. We didn't get far at all in the game, but it was just like, I don't know. Let's just see if we can kill 8 druids this time.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Because I fully endorse a Dark Urge playthrough, and then today since it is Suikoden, you can buy the remastered Suikoden 1 and 2 collection.
Big Dick Pie Baker Chris Vaughn's been blowing up
been
the new
all about
games
it.
channel on the
I
TADPOG
already
Discord.
bought it. It'll release on the 6th.
That's the
And-
remaster?
Yep.
Yeah. It's
Then I
releasing
also
on
bought
the
a Steam Deck
6th?
for it. Yep, it's on the 6th.
You bought a Steam Deck
Bought a-
specifically for it.
For it, yes.
Wow.
Yep.
Nice. You're into that.
So I mean, I will end up streaming it most of the time, but
You can.
Yeah.
I think you can stream from a Steam Deck. I think it is possible, but I think you have to have it in a dock,
oh, okay.
which
I haven't bought the dock.
you can get
but-
docks pretty easily. You don't have to buy the Steam deck dock. One other thing I wanted to bring up before we get into the game, speaking of shit going on in the Discord,
Yeah.
there's been a discussion about that game show, The Floor. It's hosted by my ex-boyfriend Rob Lowe.
Yeah. Apparently, I saw that. I didn't know.
It's still going a little bit, but it was funny because we were talking about how Brian O'Halloran is in it
That's
as
wild.
a contestant. Dante from Clerks
Oh,
is a contestant on the show.
that's funny.
Which is awesome.
Which is
It's a little
great.
sad.
It's weird.
But it's awesome.
And of course, he's like, Mr. Pop Culture, and he's smart dude anyway.
Yep.
And so he's like winning. Every day at the end of the game, if you have the most territory, you get $20,000, and you can't lose it. It's yours to keep. And so at this point now, he's racked up like $60,000 for having the most territory at the end of the game, and people are starting to like hate on him. Like, we got to get rid of this guy, and why is nobody challenging him? And it's like, because if no one challenges him, and he won't get picked by the randomizer at the beginning of the game or whatever because he's already been picked. So he just gets to keep getting this money. And he's being really gracious and polite. He's not being a dick about it, He's kind of feeding off of the crowd's energy a little bit. But Tanya and I were talking. One of the things that came up is that I said that when Tanya and I were watching, if he does lose and he, after they lose, you just walk off. I was hoping that, maybe Rob Lowe would say, "Don't try not to suck any dick."
I'm not even supposed to be here today.
Right.
But the other thing I brought up was that he's wearing an unbranded New York Rangers hockey jersey, so there's nothing on it. It looks like a sailor suit. It's just it's really weird.
Damn, this remaster is $50. Good Lord. Sorry.
No, you're good.
I looked up the Suikoden remaster because I was like, I might buy that. No.
Well, then, I mean, you should have bought the Steam Deck. Then, if you're gonna go hard on the game, then get you a good.
Yeah.
Now, is it one of those Steam Deck games that's like really playable? Like it has the.
It has to be.
It should be. I mean, it was a controller game.
Yeah, it'll have like. I don't know if you'll start to notice when you get into if you haven't already in your Steam library. After you get your deck, it'll show you the games that are like extremely well playable on the deck,
optimized for it,
just playable. Like, so it's not, like optimized. So you'll run into some that you want to play on the deck and it maybe won't work right, or it's more designed for PC, but you can play it on the deck if you really want.
Right. Yeah, I have a feeling because like this Suikoden remaster is coming out on Xbox and PlayStation, so
It's probably
probably going to be.
optimized.
I would think so. Plus, it's I don't know what all they've added, but I mean, based on the screenshots, it looked like it was pretty much like up-resed but still like had the same kind of feel. So I guess my point to that is it didn't seem like it would be like really system intensive.
You're going to get a lot of value out of that deck. I'm really glad that you're getting
Yeah,
that.
I've wanted it for a few years, but that money keeps having to go somewhere else.
Shoot that OLED. Shoot
Yep.
that OLED.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
That's the one I have.
And I got the 512. I got the lower one because I figured
You can add the
you can
add
just
storage.
put a really big
find a different
fucking
micro
SD card. You get like a fucking 1 terabyte micro SD card for $50.
Yeah, because it was $100 more.
You'll want to get one that's like a good name brand and not just something off Amazon that's rando.
Tiger Electronics.
Like get like SanDisk or
One that won't wipe.
Samsung Evo that has
Mad Cats.
a lot longer lifespan because you can play games from it.
Yeah.
And like just like
So
your hard drive.
after you're not okay.
And I also can help you if you wanted to upgrade the hard drive in it. I can help you with that too. If you buy the drive, I've done one. I upgraded the drive on mine to like a fucking 2 terabyte something or other.
Okay.
So we can work on that together too. We'll get you going.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I guess I should also say, the Dark Urge defaults to be a solid white Dragonborn sorcerer. But then, because that's what, when you search for Dark Urge, that's pretty much what you always see. But you can change it. So I made my character in one of Josh's games was a chaotic neutral cleric of Erythnal. It was just like murder hobo, basically. To some extent, he was still neutral, so he was more like war, like savage in war. So I made a cleric of Talos with the war domain. So like,
Cool.
Yeah, like playing a battle cleric. Shadowheart could be my little healer cleric, but now I'm going to make her a full Shar. She was Selune last time, so now she'll be full Shar and do all the evil shit. So.
Cool. Yeah, man, that sounds awesome.
But you guys want to talk about Troddlers?
Yeesh.
Sure. I can start out with an email from
great.
Zenlord.
What the email?
Zenlord Brad from Arizona writes, Yo. It's rare that you draw an SNES game that I have never heard of. I even subscribed to EGM during this time period. That's how little a Lemmings clone interested me. GamePro didn't see fit to review this one, so we have to go to an EGM issue I owned as a kid with the Arrow the Acrobat on the cover.
Gross.
Also garbage game.
Gross.
From August 1993. Troddlers, Super NES. Distributed by Seika Corporation.
Seika.
Sacro.
And something.
I know a genuine Seika when I see one.
What was it? Some other like curved sails something was the other.
Yeah, I've got that. It's in my notes.
You're in for a treat.
Todd AB. Todd AB, or is it? I don't know.
ATOD Design is who developed it. It was published by
Seika Corporation.
Seika and that other sales curve company that Tyler mentioned. That's like got like the human face like profile, whatever.
Melting.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just like, okay, cool. I am not surprised.
This will be a singular tag in the show notes.
Yeah.
Troddlers. It's a puzzle game with 175 levels. It's a 4 meg cartridge, and it's available now.
Right? Yeah, great.
Troddlers, the wait is over, Dave.
Fucking finally.
You can finally get Troddlers.
I've got a friend who's got this on Amiga, and now I can finally play it on the superior Super Nintendo Entertainment System.
Exactly. Troddlers is toddling into the Super NES with the help of Seika. Seika. This spunky puzzle game features you as Guardians Hocus or Pocus or both. It does have 2-player.
It does.
Which is interesting.
That's neat.
Yeah, hell
That
yeah,
is a
it
good
is.
feature.
If you want to be miserable with a friend.
Yeah. opt for the training mode, Hocus versus Pocus, or the team up mode. You must lead these lost guys to safety, much like Lemmings or Krusty's super fun time park, whatever the fuck that fun house. The Troddlers can walk on walls. You know, I have never played Lemmings, but I've played I've played all the clones of
never
Lemmings.
played Lemmings either.
But I didn't know this is what Lemmings was. To the general theme of like walking them through and putting things down so they don't get turned around.
I think Itchy and Scratchy's Krusty's Super Fun House, I think is more of a Lemmings game than Troddlers is.
Gotcha. You must leave these lost guys safe. The Troddlers can walk on walls and even walk upside down. Hogas and Pokas must plan a blocking strategy to get the Troddlers to their exit. Liked Lemmings? Then you'll probably like Troddlers. The objective is the same. You must help cute little critters. Troddlers get to the door and exit several levels. The control is a little rusty and therefore hampers the game somewhat since it relies on precision, but using a mouse eradicates that problem.
Compatible with the
SNES mouse compatible.
Okay. There's a big red 7 over that little section.
So that's the rating, I guess.
I guess that's for controls.
Control 7, okay.
Because it doesn't really say what they're talking about, but we'll just have to deduce. The next section is the concept behind Troddlers isn't exactly new, but the game is great. The control with the pad is a tad confusing, but hook up the Super NES mouse and it becomes a breeze. The various game modes are great, and the music is beautifully composed. The huge amount of levels will keep you busy as well. This was 8. I don't know, maybe fun factor. I don't know what how EGM's doing this. I like Troddlers.
Oh, I think that's each a different reviewer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha,
I think that's their individual
they're
review
not
score.
Saying their names of who they are, but anyway,
I could be wrong. I wasn't a big EGM
Those
reader.
cowards.
I think you're right.
Hiding behind their anonymous reviews.
Oh shit. This one says, I like Troddlers because of the variety and different puzzles and themes throughout each level. The gameplay is solid, and the fans of Lemmings will enjoy every bit. The mouse is a good change of pace and adds a computer-like feel. The game has tons of levels and really cool music, interesting and challenging for all. That was a 7. And then the final section, it's another mind-bending game on the order of Lemmings. This one has some interesting puzzles, but doesn't quite contain the appeal of others in this category. Also, the control is very hard to get used to and is made more for a mouse than a control pad. But if you have the mouse, the game is fun, just not exceptional. Surprising, and then we're back to Zine Lord's comments. Surprisingly positive. I have zero patience for games like this. What do you all think? Later, Zine Lord Brad from Arizona.
I think it's interesting that. Thank you, Brad.
Yes, thank you.
I appreciate that. But I thought it was interesting that they all kind of slammed the controls.
I didn't have a problem with the controls.
I thought it controlled very well, and I didn't even want to try the mouse because I was like, yeah, this SNES mouse fucking sucks. Yeah. It's like the resolution on that thing is like 9. You know, it's like this is going to be miserable. I'm just going to use the controller. It's less like Lemmings than I thought it was going to be. It is like Lemmings in that you do,
you're getting creatures in a door.
Right. Yeah, from one door to another. And Tyler, you mentioned, you kind of hinted at the same thing I was thinking. This is like if Lemmings met Solomon's Key.
Yep.
Because it's all about you're just dealing with blocks. You're adding. You got a block tube that's got all your blocks in it, and you're using like a magic wand to like bloop.
Now
make a block,
I wish
it
it controlled more like Solomon's Key.
Yes,
because because spoilers jump ahead. I fucking loved the shit out of this game.
Nice.
I thought it was so fucking
I had a good time with it.
I thought that you guys might, because I know you liked Krusty's Super Fun House.
Yep.
I'm with
That is
Zenlord.
way better. It blows Krusty's Fun House out of the fucking water.
I don't have the patience for it. I really super do not. So it's not my kind of game. Mm-hmm. So I would love to hear. I want to hear what you guys love about it.
Well, I thought first of all, I didn't know what it was because, again, I don't play Lemmings. And Dave, when you made your like random wild guess last week as to what you thought it was, and were spot on, I didn't really know what a lemming was. I'd heard of it before, but I've never really thought to look into it.
Sure.
Right. And so I was surprised that it was like Krusty's Super Fun House, which of course I did.
I know
really
you love
like.
that. Yeah.
it was fun because it had some twists and turns that I didn't expect. Like when you lead the little guys into the door, you build your blocks up. You have so many blocks, you can't get to certain areas without placing blocks and going up and down and around and getting into a position where you can finally start blocking off the not good paths. But sometimes the door would be upside down, and I didn't realize
I hated that.
I lost a level whenever a door was upside down.
because they would just walk right past it. I'm like, he's going
fuck am I
past the
doing?
fucking door. Well, there's a little white line that indicates whether it's upside down or right side up.
That's the first time I encountered that was on
Yeah.
the Sphinx level.
Yeah, me too.
And that's where I lost 5 times. I was like, you know what?
I figured it out and kept
mind.
going.
I can see that it's upside down, but it's like, okay, I get the game. I'm done.
Yeah, and that's just it. As from a reviewing standpoint, you don't have to play much to get the gist.
That's
of it.
true. Yeah, it's pretty. It's got more bells and whistles as you go on.
Right,
I miss
you
the
don't have to play it
zombies.
long. Yeah,
'Cause there's like-
zombies are the big difference.
Yeah,
Like the evil Troddlers.
Yep.
That'll like hurt the regular Troddlers that you're trying to herd. And apparently they'll also hurt you.
Yep.
yeah.
I read the instruction manual. It's the only words I know about the zombies. I was like, oh, well, that might have been cool to see those, but
This was one of the first games that SNES Drunk did. So he
Really?
published a video on Troddlers 11 years ago.
wow. Happy birthday, SNES Drunk Troddlers video.
Yeah. We but I did have a good time with it, and it wasn't so much a matter of patience as a matter of practicality that I didn't play for long, but I mean I played at it for about an hour and a half. I probably got through 7, 8, maybe 9 levels before I stopped playing, and I could have kept going.
Yeah.
That one's going to be a good time waster, if I ever want to come back to it, it'll be good to fuck with, because I've already done all I'm ever going to do on Krusty Super Fun House. Probably this one too, but this is a good one to come back to because it first of all, the thing that's kind of difficult about Krusty's Super Fun House is the fact that everything isn't contained on one screen.
Sure.
And so you're working across multiple rooms, and you have to remember what you did back here to go this way, and then all these hazards and stuff that you have to maneuver around. In Troddlers, everything's right
On the
there
singular
on
screen.
one
Yep.
screen, and all you have to do is figure out how to get them from point A to point B.
Yep.
The simplicity of that wins out over Krusty Super Fun House. For me.
Yeah.
Having it all right there.
I just think it's way more fun. The way they can walk up the walls and you have to build your blocks is better than just stacking the mice. Like, I feel like this blows any other game in its genre that I've played out of the water.
One of the things I liked about Krusty's Super Fun House was the fact that it was based on The Simpsons, and that it had really good art, and that it was familiar and funny.
It had references.
It was a funny game
And
with references, and the way the mice would get
It
killed.
would kill them.
Right.
Those were fun, and but again, it was a little more complicated because of the multiple rooms. I agreed with one of the reviewers in EGM. I liked the music.
Yeah.
I mean, it was really great.
It's fun and quirky and makes sense for the levels
Yeah.
and the theme.
Hidden gem, really. It was a pleasant surprise that.
Strong agree.
Yeah, I'm not going to say, oh, God, this was amazing, amazing, amazing. I'm going to say I really enjoyed it. It was a good way to pass the time, and I thought it was well done and overlooked. Just overlooked.
My only complaint is just sort of the controls when you're making the blocks, because you can the way you have to like stop and press a button and aim and unpress a button didn't feel good. Didn't feel like I want the Solomon's key, just like run, kind of point, jump, like much older game, way better controlling mechanic. The way you had to stop and then line up, the way you could do it in 8 different directions to make it would have been easier just to Solomon's key style. That's my only complaint.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I think it was nice that you could go in any direction, even diagonally, which I figured out after about level 3. I was like, oh, thank God. I can go diagonally instead of having to, stand on the very edge and point down to place a block. And I thought that...
you have to absorb blocks because you only have a limited amount. It was unlike
that
Solomon's Key where it's infinite. So
that was a little clunky for me, the reabsorption of blocks.
Yep.
Equivalent exchange.
Yeah, and I found it very difficult sometimes where there were places where you could fall and you ain't getting out.
Yep.
You're done, and you got to let the time run out.
Like the first gym level. Like,
yes, that's the one I'm referring to.
Yep.
And
You can quit.
Can you?
Yeah.
I couldn't figure out how.
I can't. I can't remember what it is, but I read it in the instruction manual because it was like I think if you from like the pause menu or something, you hit select, then it allows you to like restart
Well,
the
I didn't
level.
try
or-
that.
Yeah, I like the instruction manual a lot. I think it's my favorite thing about
Yeah.
it. It's got a
Yeah.
comic in
Yep.
it that's pretty well
A
drawn.
comic
I mean,
that I'm tempted to read in the voice of Tyrion Lannister from Game of Thrones.
do it up, man.
At some
Hell
point
yeah.
in here, because it reads like that's the story that's printed in the manual is very British.
Super British. When I was curious what people on the internet thought about this game. They agree with you guys. They really liked it. They consider it like a hidden gem.
well, you gotta be a puzzle game person.
Yeah.
There's one person who is like, not my cup of tea, but I'm not into games like this. And then one person was like, this game is unapologetically European.
Yeah,
I was like, yeah, it
that
fucking is.
not fucking wrong.
But
I like the way you say Euro trash. Please go on.
even Nikki commented on like, well, that was an interesting way to spell maneuver. And I was like, yeah, it's fucking British as shit.
Maneuver.
Eat those fizzy wickets with brickle brackle. I do enjoy that food reviewer Keith Lee went over and did a food tour in London, and like just fucking hated the shit out of all British food. Loved all the ethnic food, but like core British food, like he went to that one. They had him. The biggest thing was their it's called like Potato Brothers or something. They fucking love the shit out of this.
Hooked on the brothers.
Jacket potatoes, which is just a baked potato with shit on it. So they have those food trucks everywhere.
Jacked potatoes, jacket.
Jacket potatoes. I first learned that term on Andy Samberg had he was in one season of a show on Netflix before he quit, and then Taylor Lautner took over the role, but because they were talking about jacket potatoes, just baked potato. So he goes through. Everyone tells him, "You have to go to this place. You have to go to this and get the traditional style." He's like, "Okay, I'll see what it's about." So it is a baked potato with baked beans and then canned tuna, cold canned tuna on top.
Okay,
That's
I wasn't
their
expecting
thing.
the tuna.
And you see, he reviews everything in his car, so they're just looking at his car clearly God damn it.
I didn't know what to expect. I thought it was like when you started talking, it made me think of sloppy steaks from I Think You Should Leave, which is just a steak and you just pour a glass of water on it.
Poor man's gravy. Yeah.
Because he shit all over. He was like, "I guess this is your guys' thing. I guess
That sounds
This is
awful.
a texture flavor nightmare." His wife loved it and his kids liked it, but he's like, "This is ass."
The cold is what throws me off.
Yeah.
Like if it maybe room temperature, even I don't know, man. Cold tuna.
And it looked awful.
On a baked potato?
Not like with mayonnaise, not tuna salad, just like tuna.
Just tuna.
Yeah. He tried the traditional English breakfast. He's like, these just mushrooms. They're just cooked. There's nothing on them. The beans are just beans with like a ketchupy sauce. Like, it's fine, I guess. Blood sausage. He was just like, dude, that's
no.
mush that tastes like a bit of my tongue. No, thank you. And then the one I see all the time is it's this restaurant that's been there for hundreds of years, where they had to have a plate. They scrape mashed potatoes on the edge of the plate, put a meat, and then this parsley gravy all over it. It looks terrible. And he tries that, and he was like, the potatoes are nice. Meat's okay. Very, very parsley forward sauce all over all of
Parsley
it.
forward.
It's ew.
I like shepherd's pie. Is that British? I assume it's
Yeah,
British.
Yeah. No,
I like
shepherd's
pie a lot.
110%.
I love shepherd's pie.
I was watching A Kitchen Nightmares last week where he goes.
Well, I
into
bet
a
that's
British
probably Scottish.
pub.
I bet it's
But
Maybe.
I've always wanted to try a Scotch egg.
Oh,
Scotch
man,
egg's
Scotch
great.
are fucking great.
Never had one.
Love a
Oh,
Scotch egg.
It looks good.
It's-
When
it
it's
is.
done
It's
right. When
delicious.
he did it, when he fixed their Scotch egg.
Yeah. I think you'd like it a
It
lot.
looked really tasty.
They are really good. It's a classic Ren Fair food. It's the first time I
yeah.
ever had one.
And I'm sure they make it better elsewhere, but at the Ren Fair, it's pretty damn good.
Okay, all right.
And they have a food truck at outside the children's hospital, where Melissa and I have to go up there. We go up to the food trucks, and I always get a Scotch egg there. They have a really good Scotch egg truck.
Okay.
It's dedicated to Scotch eggs.
That's
cool.
It's something else. Like that's their big seller, but it's I forget what else they have. But I just go there and just like give me.
Do they have other like a leg of
Scotch
mutton?
eggs.
Like is it the Ren
I think
Fair?
they do have. I think they do have turkey legs.
Damn,
Yeah.
man, it's like the Ren Fair truck.
Fair
I like
food
that.
truck.
Because I'll go to the Thai one and get like
Hear ye,
pot
hear ye.
stickers. Because like I like it. I like the Scotch eggs that you can get where the yolk is runny, which you don't see as often. It's a lot harder to do to fry the sausage and make sure the egg stays
Sure.
runny in the middle. That's my favorite with like stone ground mustard. It's like fuck yeah.
It does sound good.
Hell yeah.
I'm
Hell yeah.
hungry now, even after eating all them chicken nuggets.
We didn't have that many,
We didn't.
to be fair.
I don't feel nearly as gross tonight as I did after
Chicken
the
sandwich night. I
sandwiches.
know, dude.
I fucking was still full.
I
like,
logged
2
that, and I
hours
was like,
later.
"Holy shit!"
I can't swallow because my belly's so full. Do you want me to read this story from the manual?
Yeah, man. If you want
If
to.
no-
If you don't want to, it's
I
fine.
do. I will.
It's a crazy ass story for a puzzle
very
game.
very Sorcerer's Apprentice. Which you could tell they took their inspiration from. Okay, so I'm gonna try to read this as Tyrion Lannister from Game of Thrones.
Okay. Pay your debts, sir.
Once upon a time, in a faraway castle in a magical land, lived the sorcerer Divinius and his 2 apprentices, Hocus and Pocus. Now, Hocus and Pocus were 2 little rascals who were always getting themselves into scrapes, much to the annoyance of Divinius. When he thought they were learning their spells, they'd be off in the orchard eating all the cherries meant for Divinius's favorite fruit pie. Or when they were supposed to be collecting herbs for the magic potions, he'd find them tucked up in bed, exhausted after a day spent vaulting across the moats using their wands as poles. All in all, Divinius despaired of them ever learning anything of use. One day, when Divinius had really reached the end of his tether, Hocus and Pocus had swapped the lids around in the larder, and the poor sorcerer had put Marmite on his shoes instead of polish.
There you go. Marmite.
He sent them down to the storeroom to clear it out. No one had tidied up in there for quite a few centuries, as Divinius was actually rather lazy himself, if the truth be told, and he was hoping this task would eventually keep Hocus and Pocus out of mischief for a good few days. As he sent them down the steps, he boomed, "And make sure you don't touch anything." Unknown to Divinius, his 2 apprentices had slipped their comic collection into their robes and were looking forward to hours of fun without Divinius nagging them to do something or other. Time went by, and it was with horror that Hocus and Pocus realized it was almost supper time and they hadn't done a stroke of work. Divinius would be livid. They thought they'd better shift some of the boxes around to make it look as if though they had actually been doing something. They'd just reached the second pile of boxes when out of reach and covered in cobwebs, they saw a box with the word "warning" in bright red written across it. Like bees to a honeypot, they hurriedly cleared everything away and carefully dragged it to where they could see it better. On it, it said in very neat writing, "Warning, instant magical Troddlers. Do not mix with water. May turn into zombified variety if allowed to teleport. Do not touch." Got to get to the last panel. This, of course, sounded highly intriguing to the naughty duo, who instantly decided they ought to investigate further. Now, unknown to them, Divinius had been plotting behind their backs. He was so fed up with their pranks, like using his magic ingredients to make toffees instead of spells, that he had decided to try to make some Troddlers and rear them so they could one day replace Hocus and Pocus, allowing him to get back down to some serious magic. True to form, Hocus and Pocus's first thought was not, "Divinius told us not to touch anything," but, "I wonder, where could we get some of these Troddlers to clear up for us whilst maybe we have a little snooze?"
They all want the same thing.
Yeah.
If they just talk.
Just work together.
Yeah.
You know? They were both in such a rush to be the first to get at the Troddlers that they ripped the box, spilling Troddler powder into their cleaning bucket. There were bubbles and ripples and then splashes and jets of water as the powder turned into Troddlers who burst out of the bucket and all over the floor. There were hundreds of them. It wasn't long before an uncanny homing instinct seemed to take control over the Troddlers, and, as though hypnotized, one by one started to move towards a strange little door in the far end of the storeroom. Hocus and Pocus didn't know what to do. For every one they caught, another 2 would escape. Eventually, they collapsed, exhausted, to the ground. It was just as the last Troddler was slipping through the teleporter that Divinius came bursting in. Not even he could believe what they had got up to this time. His face looked like thunder, and the room began to shake as he fumed and stamped and shook his fist. Hocus and Pocus never seen him quite so angry as this before, and thought he must be very cross indeed. Divinius, there's the British right there.
Sure.
Just
You got Marmite and
Cross. Divinius's face turned from white to purple to green to red, and it was as he just going through a bright yellow phase that he managed to regain enough control over his mouth to force out the words, "Go after them right this instant and get as many back as you can." They didn't need much prompting, mainly because Divinius had given each one an almighty kick up the bottom, and they were already headed towards the teleporter at an exceedingly fast rate. As they shot through the door, they heard Divinius shriek, "And don't bring back any bleeding zombies." The end. So there's the plot.
good.
Hell yes.
There's the plot of.
You sound like
Troddler.
Stephen Fry reading the Harry Potter books.
Yeah, there you go. That's the plot of Troddlers.
Troddlers.
Yeah, and that's about
Troddlers.
it. Really,
Troddlers.
that was filler. That whole thing was filler.
Good little
'cause
game.
There's just not a whole lot to say about Troddlers.
Yeah, I mean, eventually they're just add more, getting the gems, boarding the zombies,
Yeah.
different color block, different kind of blocks you can use. If you know what you're doing, from what I see, it's about 3 hours. You can beat it once you kind of practice at it.
Yeah, I'd say it might take a couple of run-throughs, but the more you do successfully on the higher, harder levels, the easier it becomes to sort of see what the plan should be on the next level. It's easier to plan it out when you kind of get a little bit more of the game's behaviors and quirks under your belt.
Did you guys have any achievements?
Yeah, I had a few. My first achievement is we got a great big convoy. And to get that, you run out of time because the path you built made it take too long for the Troddlers to get out. So one time I built the path and I knew it was going to work, but they were here and I didn't shorten their path enough. So they went all
on the
way
ceiling?
around the ceiling and all the way back up. And by the time the last one got in the door, the time ran out and I lost. So
That happened to me once as well.
yeah. My second achievement is we're sending our love down the well. And we're sending our love down the well. You fall
These are
down.
great, man.
You fall down into that area where that you cannot get out of. If you fall into it, you have to either run out the time or quit because there's no way out.
I'm loving these.
My third one is righteous gemstones, and lose because you didn't know that despite having extricated all the Troddlers, you couldn't finish the level until you get all the gemstones. I got those 2 achievements one right after the other because when I finally realized, oh shit, I have to get the gemstones to finish the level. I went up to get them and I fell down in the well. And Sting wrote a song for me,
Right.
and it was great. And then my last achievement is Escher. I don't even know her, and to get Escher, I don't even know her. Figure out after failing a level 3 times that the exit can be upside down, changing the way the blocks have to be arranged.
I unlocked that achievement,
It's an easy one to unlock if you don't know what you're doing.
which I never do.
Nope, me neither. Dave, what do you got?
I have 3 achievements. The first achievement is we have lemmings at home. In order to unlock we have lemmings at home, play Troddlers. My second achievement is we have Solomon's Key at home. In order to unlock we have Solomon's Key at home, play Troddlers. My last achievement is we have Roblox at home. in order to unlock. We have Roblox at home. Play Troddlers. And I
Nice.
only say that because on the title screen, Hocus and Pocus look like fucking. I know this came out before Roblox,
Yeah,
but it's like
yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Roblox people were like, well, yeah, we got the idea of like the character from
Troddlers.
Troddlers because they fucking look like Roblox characters.
Yeah, they do. You're not wrong.
So those are my achievements.
Nice. I love them.
I've got a few. The first one being Simpsons Season 6, Episode 12, alternatively titled, Who Makes Steve Gutenberg a Star? We Do. We do. You clear 20 levels using all blocks every single time. Next is you being These Chaos Emeralds, Obama chuckled. Get all the gems on 8 different levels. And then, no, but seriously, I'm not bitten. And you allow 5 zombies to get in your door by accident.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
There we go.
How much do you think you pay for Troddlers if you were to buy it?
It's hard to say. I don't know that this one was very big, like very well known. I've never heard of it. But with it being kind of a hidden gem, I don't think it would be overly expensive, but I don't think it's going to be like cheap. I'm going to go $16.
$16 for me. And what do you think, Tyler?
$23.
$23. Actual retail value of Troddlers for the Super Nintendo, loose on average, according to pricecharting.com at the time of this recording, is $15. Super close,
Missed it
Ian.
by that much.
Just a bit outside.
SNES Drunk did say 11 years ago that you could find it for $10 on eBay.
Fucking inflation, man. Bird flu.
Yep.
What do you think Flopsy has to say about Troddlers? Twaddlers. I bet this is not a common game, but also
would
it's
think so.
$15,
I'd say it's
so that
uncommon.
makes me want to.
Uncommon. I'd be almost. I think it's uncommon because again, I just don't.
None of us had heard of
No,
it.
none of us had heard of it.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's
I
like.
hadn't even seen it.
I don't think
Yeah.
we're
I mean,
in
like,
very
nothing.
uncommon territory here. But maybe.
I think very uncommon. It would be more expensive than
Yeah.
$15. Maybe.
I
I
agree.
don't know.
I mean, there's always that like IRM skin game being rare. And
yeah,
it being,
and it being cheap.
yep.
Yeah.
And it does exist.
That's a pretty good argument. I'd be willing to go very uncommon.
I think very uncommon's a good way to go.
Was this a? So is this a British developed game?
It. Let's see. The developer was what was it? A Todd. Just a Todd.
A
One of
Todd
them.
AB.
A Todd Design KB is what I've got.
Oh, okay.
But that's from Moby Games. I don't know if it's different on like Wikipedia or something. Which is a developer I've never heard of. It was published by Seika, which we've done games on the show by Seika, or published by Seika. So
Sweden.
Sweden.
ATOD AB LG Software AB, also known as 42-bit AB, was a video game developer located in Helgingsburg, Sweden.
Okay.
Borg. Helsingborg, Sweden.
Swedish makes, yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know. What do you think?
I'm good to go either uncommon or very uncommon. I'll let you two.
I think I'm still more.
Break that.
I think I'm still more comfortable with uncommon. Just I know the IRM skins game thing, but man, that is a really unusual example. I don't know that we've had another one that's been that divergent from.
Yeah,
what
that's
we
true.
would
It
think.
stands alone as the outlier.
That's my vote. Uncommon. But talk me out of it.
Very uncommon feels like that half star where we can go. I mean,
I could go very uncommon. I'm not opposed to it.
I want to go very uncommon. I'm with Dave.
Okay. The very uncommons have it.
Very
Locked
uncommon.
in.
What do we think the star rating is? I think they rated this pretty well. This generally from EGM, 2/3 of the table love the game. Reddit seems to really like the game as well. I feel like we're probably in 3.5-star territory.
Exactly what I was thinking too. Yep.
We're unanimous out of the gate on that.
3.5.
Okay.
3.5.
So we're going to go with 3.5.
Very uncommon.
Very uncommon. According to Flopsy, a.k.a. the Ultimate Nintendo Guide to the SNES Library 1991 through 1998 by Pat Contry, courtesy of Monster Mold Mike and a shadowy, mysterious benefactor.
Mm-hmm.
Troddlers for the Super Nintendo. Availability. Uncommon.
Oh. Should have stuck to my guns.
4 stars.
4 stars.
4-star game.
We were just a little off
Just
both ways.
A little outside, just like the other.
4 stars is highest we've had in a minute.
That's a lot. That's
A long
highly
time.
rated. Yeah. John and I were having a discussion not long ago where he's like, it's like, I feel bad for you guys because you're playing all these shitty games, and like Brad said that too. You know, I feel sorry for Ian because he hasn't gotten to play any of the good games and stuff. But I told him, I said a lot of it, what I feel that TADPOG is about is when we trudge through this shit and we run across a game that's actually really good. That makes some of it more worthwhile.
It's extra special.
It's interesting.
It's
When
extra special.
you go
that
in
way.
with low expectations and get pleasantly surprised. That's fun.
It does. Sometimes it happens.
It does.
Well, Tyler, if you were to give this game a beard, what kind of beard would you give it?
I would give it the goatee of Inigo Montoya,
Oh,
because that was also, I remember seeing it, reading the play, thinking, Princess Bride, that sounds stupid, and I'm not going to like that.
yeah.
And then I was shocked by how much I liked it.
Yeah.
Just like this fucking game.
Yes.
Tyler, if you were to give this game a pair of glasses, what kind of glasses would you give it?
Miracle Max's potion-making glasses from the Princess
Nice.
Bride.
Nice. Well,
Have fun storming the castle.
what do we want to? What do you? We want to randomize a game for next week, or what do we want to do?
Let's randomize a game.
Let's do it.
Grab that batter up, bro, for I'll say a prayer real quick. Whammies, whammies, whammies. Stop.
698. Yes,
Okay.
What was it?
The Wizard of Oz.
All right.
Would you like to revisit?
Yep. Oh, no.
Oh,
No.
Interesting.
We nailed that one.
607.
Sticking to the 6 is real hard.
We haven't done it.
W's.
Nope. S's. We're in the S territory.
Super.
Correct, sirs.
Sports.
Correct.
Sports. Super sports ball.
Probably not a sports game. I cannot guarantee it. Probably not.
Okay.
Like 99% sure not. But there's an off chance that there's a team named after this.
Super Biker Mice from Mars.
No. It is close-ish, probably. Super Troll Islands.
Super Troll Island.
Super Troll Islands.
Definitely never heard of that.
I think I've seen this one in a used game shop before. I might be confusing it with they're Stones of Power Glow.
Stone Defenders.
Stone Defenders. I might be confusing it with that.
2 troll-related games.
Right. So,
Super Troll Island.
Super Troll Islands.
I got a hankering for quiz.
You got a hankering for quiz?
Hankering for quiz.
Okay.
If we got any of those.
Got a fever? Only quiz?
Do you want to do that now, or do you want to do it as a stinger?
Either way.
Let's do it as a stinger.
Do it as a
Okay.
stinger. Okay.
So send us out.
Well, thanks for listening, everybody. You can find the show on iTunes, not SoundCloud, not Stitcher, but on Spotify, YouTube Play, all over the goddamn place. Lots of shit going on. Most importantly is Patreon.
Yes, we have a Patreon. Patreon.com/TADPOG. If you'd like to donate some money to us, we do like money. And for as little as $1 a month, you can have access to all of our bonus content. And we do have some fine folks that we have branded for life as executive producers.
Sexy.
At least as long as they keep donating $20 or more to the Patreon. And I'm going to read that list now, starting with Cubicle Monkey. Don't at me. We had a private discussion. You're going to be an executive producer regardless to me. Sandwich Pope Phil H, Gamebug Prime Nathan E, Matt, a.k.a. Gentle G, Pinball Airplane Archmates Chris Edler. Sorry you couldn't be on this episode. That nice guy from Michigan. Louisville correspondent Princess Consuela, Banana Hammock, Flavor Trick, Taryn, Drinksmith, Joey Dubs, and Deep Hope Sandwich. Thank you guys very much for your extra special generosity. And thanks to all of our patrons who donate every month. We really appreciate it. It means a lot to us, especially in these trying economic times. It means a lot. And again, once again, I should say thanks to Zine Lord Brad from Arizona for helping us have a few extra minutes of content.
I love hearing what the
I do
reviewers
too.
at the time had to
I
say.
do too.
I think it's great.
It's a great idea. We have adopted it as an official segment. So, Brad, you can never stop doing it.
Yep.
Sorry. And no, you can't have any of our Patreon money.
Hell yeah.
Just our love. Our love and admiration and respect, which is worth way more than money.
I'll show you a picture of my balls after I had a vasectomy.
There you go.
If you want that.
If you want to, he gives them out. He's got little cards.
Only
with the
Ross
picture
has seen
printed on
them.
it.
So if you want to join that,
Only Ross has said
glorious
yes.
Club. That's true. Only Ross.
You
has
could be
said,
the
"Send him
second."
over, bad boy.
Well, that and all the people you hand the printouts
The
of
cards.
at the mall.
My high gloss,
Yeah.
like cardstock.
Put it on a shirt.
Why does Gonzo have two black eyes?
That's it. That's all I got.
How you guys want to close it out? As our favorite wizard.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, until next time. Tropical Capricorn. Pay no attention to the man in the Mighty Ducks jersey.
I love your jersey.
Thank you.
I went Gandalf because I couldn't think of anything else.
I also went Gandalf.
TADPOG is hosted and produced by Tyler Holland, Dave Moore, and Ian Chandler, and releases new episodes every Wednesday. You can find them on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and just about anywhere else podcasts are hosted. If you have a question or comment for the hosts, don't hesitate to call us at 270-883-2555 and leave us a voicemail. If we like it, we'll play it on the show and respond. If you'd like to send us something, you can do so at TADPOG Studios, care of Nicole Nance, P.O. Box 3785, Paducah, Kentucky 42002. If you'd like to donate to the show, visit patreon.com/tadpog, and with a minimum donation of $1 per month, you will get access to all of our fun bonus content. Join the conversation on our Discord server at bit.ly/tadpogdiscord. Registration is free, and we'd love to have you there. If you enjoy our show and haven't already, don't forget to find and tap that subscribe button so you don't miss anything. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Fucking TADPOG. Hey, it's Bubba Drewski.
Drewski.
Y'all are in the era of blind drafts, so I thought I would drop you a 5-spot. These are Urban Dictionary terms. I'm going to tell you 5, then I'll call back and give you the definition. So feel free to discuss, if you want to have some fun, don't look them up first. So, number 1, German Carnival.
Okay.
German Carnival?
German Carnival. What do we think a German Carnival is?
So a carnival could be a reference to the cruise. A carnival cruise?
Mm-hmm.
A German Carnival cruise. A Carnival cruise with a Carnival cruise with German sex orgies.
Yeah, there's a sex angle for sure.
Yeah,
right?
and German's usually going to mean scat.
Scat, right.
Yep.
So is this where tie it in with the sex orgies, is this where do you just shit on someone on a boat?
Okay.
Is that possibly
Okay.
you shit on somebody in a boat
I'm down to
A tilt-a-whirl.
in a sexual fashion? Yeah. Then you shit on
shit on
everybody.
everyone. Yeah. The shit stays put, and everybody just hits the shit. All right. I like that.
Good
Shit
guesses.
on someone in a boat.
Good
I like that
guesses.
one the most. Or, I don't know, the tilt-a-whirl idea.
Shit on someone in a ride. Let's broaden it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Bubba Drewski continues.
2. Cincinnati Bulldozer.
Cincinnati Bulldozer. What's Cincinnati known for? Skyline Chili.
Skyline chili. Yeah.
What's the Bulldozer known for? Pushing shit in. So at Cincinnati,
Fuck a girl in the ass with diarrhea.
she shits on your dick and you push it back in
Okay.
with your bulldozer. Right?
The only time my boss has gotten really mad at me.
I really want to know where this is going.
I was sleeping at my office one night.
He's lived most of his life in Cincinnati, so he was in my office one time visiting, and I was like, God, Skyline Chili fucking sucks. And he was like, dude! Like, he got very angry and immediately defensive.
Do you mean those words or did you just say it to make him angry?
No, I meant those words. I think it sucks.
Really?
I detest Skyline Chili.
I don't like the chili, but I like the chili on the undercooked spaghetti noodles because it eats like a cobbler.
Chili Mac.
Yeah, I don't like noodles cooked in chili, so I didn't think I was gonna like that. And then when I got the plate, which I think they called it a three-way because it was like the noodles and then cheese and then the
Yep.
and then the
Oh,
chicken.
Cold
Cincinnati
shredded
three-way.
cheese. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
But I think we got a close horseshoe on that one. Cincinnati Bulldozer. I feel like that's pretty good.
I mean, it's pretty
Yeah, we
close.
probably
Yeah.
got that close.
3. Suicide Link.
Suicide Link.
Link.
I was about to say.
Hold on.
Suicide Link.
Hold on.
4.
Okay. That was, number 3 is Suicide Link.
Suicide Link.
Is that where you put both your heads together and somebody shoots you so it goes through both your heads?
But that would be a homicide link.
Yeah, suicide for one, homicide for one. So it's you're right. It's not a link. What's a suicide? What could link people together in suicide?
Is it when you like tie a noose around your neck and when you like you throw it over the rafter and as you jump off you go yeah
Yeah.
yeah suicide link? I don't know.
I think it's when you mix a bunch of different sodas together and then come in it and then give it to your girlfriend without telling her.
Damn. Damn. Yeah, but I don't. That is a suicide. That makes sense.
AKA the graveyard connection.
I just called that trip to McDonald's.
I don't know. I don't know if this really
Why is this Sprite so frothy?
and thick.
It's like horse piss.
Go to a doctor.
It's so frothy.
It's bad. It's not good.
Let's leave that one to fate, and we'll move to number 4.
It's like an Orange Julius.
Warm orange Julius. It's weird.
It's like an orange
A
Caligula.
salty Julius.
All of these are good terms. All right, number 4.
Screw Veneer.
Screw veneer.
So that is when you face fuck a person so hard that their veneers come off their teeth.
Yep.
That's great.
That's what I was thinking too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
We're
No,
gonna
I
roll
love
with
it.
that.
Or you come on somebody and then you take a brush and it's like you're spreading lacquer over their body and you give them the screw veneer.
Or you knock out their
Or-
teeth face fucking them, come on it so it sticks back in. You cover the tooth and come
Or
and shove it back in the center.
you force your partner to smile really, really big and come on their teeth.
Screw veneer. Screw seems so wholesome.
It
In
does.
this like
It
context,
really
doesn't
does.
it? It's like a screw. Okay.
Let's have a screw.
a screw. Would you fancy a screw?
And some Marmite. That's it. It's using Marmite as lube.
Ah,
Is a screw
Oh
veneer.
boy.
Oh,
Oh boy.
that smells good. All right, last one. Number 5.
5. Electroding.
Electroding.
Electroding? Sure it's not electroding? Where you
But see, it's got to be putting your balls somewhere all over somebody.
yeah. I was thinking like a car battery or something.
Yeah.
The light socket.
Could be. I think yeah. Hey man, if you put a light bulb in your butthole, let's call that an Uncle Fester.
A reverse Uncle Fester. The more syllables it has, the better,
Yeah.
as far as I'm concerned.
That's a good point.
All right.
All right, guys. I'll call back and give you the definitions here in a minute.
Okay.
Love you. Bye.
Love you too. Thank you.
True to his word, he calls back.
Okay.
Several minutes later.
Let's see how we did.
It's quite a while later. Yeah, let's see how we did. Here we go.
Hey, boys. It's Bubba Drewski calling back with your Urban Dictionary definitions from that blind draft. That's something. All right. So, German carnival. It's when a guy drops an upper decker. Simultaneously, a girl drops an AC Slater while performing a Blumpkin at the same time.
Okay.
I mean,
It involves shit.
Had the scat right.
We were right there. A toilet is almost a vehicle.
It's at a carnival. Count it. They have them.
yeah, we got that right. All right, here we go.
Bulldozer.
Cincinnati
When
Bulldozer.
you're fucking a chick from behind doggy style.
Here we go.
You
Oh.
grab her wrist, pull them back to your waist so she's straddling you, and then proceed to walk around the room and back her into shit like a TV or something.
Quarter credit. We were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, the alternate to that is the Cincinnati wheelbarrow, where you don't hold her hands and she just walks on her hands.
All right, here comes Suicide Link.
Suicide wank is when you're having a wank.
It's
Wank.
It said it sounded like Link.
It did sound
It
like
did
Link.
sound like Link.
Oh well, we were misinformed.
Suicide
just
wank has got to
before you
be
blow your load.
choking yourself or something, right?
Let me back up.
Is when you're having a wank, and just before you blow your load, you shout "Mom" or "Dad," and then try to finish the job before they get to your room.
That's funny. That's a good one.
A screwveneer is anything you keep, stolen or otherwise.
Ah, like souvenir.
Screwveneer. Okay.
This would have helped if we could have read that one.
I was reading the transcript
And it had like,
said
yeah, screw-
screwveneer, and then I heard screwveneer.
Veneer, right.
Let's back up. Sorry.
That's all good.
Is anything you keep, stolen or otherwise, from someone's house after you've slept with them. An electrode
Okay.
Yeah.
Take a little souvenir, a little screwveneer. I get it. That's a good one.
from someone's house after you've slept with them. And electroding is when you curl into a ball while vigorously shaking and spastically moving your head deeper into the badge and sticking a fork into a nearby outlet, electrocuting you both as you both scream, "You don't have enough badges to train me." All right, you guys had fun with that. It was fun looking up funny Urban Dictionary terms. All right,
Hell yeah, man.
later.
That was
Thanks
a
for the
good-
call.
Good quiz. Thank you.
That was good.
Drewski. I like that. Now I'm going to go find something to steal from Tyler's garage. and take
You
home
gotta sleep with me first.
Again?
Again, yeah.
Bye, everybody.
See ya.